If you're at the point in your business where you're trying to book clients and it's really not happening, and a part of that is that you're missing content and a portfolio to show them, I want to share 4 ways that you can actually build your portfolio as an event planner or a wedding planner. So before I jump into these tips, I just want to let you know to hit that subscribe button so that you can get more content like this week after week. Thank you guys so much for your ongoing support. Your viewing honestly helps me to create more content like this for you. So it's a cycle. Let's keep it going. So let's jump in right now to the first tip. So the first tip for building your portfolio is that you can offer your service for free or at a discounted rate. Now, I know this one's a touchy topic for some people, but here's the thing. I am really a big supporter of this one only because if you're at the point out here in your business journey where you've been trying and you've been at it, you've been trying to find clients, you've been marketing, you've been doing everything, and it's not working, a large part of that is because you don't have a lot of content or marketing materials to share. I don't see the hesitation. Yes, you're going to be working for free or you're going to be working for a lower rate, but at the same time, you need to think about the long-term benefits rather than short-term. So I've met people say, I'm sorry, I can't do that, Jody. Like, I can't offer my service for free. I need to get paid. But then I look at them and they're years, months into their journey and they've not booked any clients. They're complaining about their business growing, but they're not taking action. So at some point, you need to make the decision that what's most important? My pride, which ultimately that's what it feels like, or, what I envision for my business in the long term. Because if you're focused on that long-term goal, believe me, something like offering your service for free is really just a very tiny compromise in the moment. Now, I know I'm saying that because I'm sitting from a very privileged position in where my business is already at where I want it to be and it's growing, and I have resources at my fingertips that some people might not have, right? But here's the thing. I also was at that beginning point. I was at that point where I was hustling and trying to get clients, and I know what it feels like. But at the same time, when I made that sacrifice to say, you know what, I'm going to volunteer. I'm going to just cut my losses, say I'm going to volunteer, make it happen, juggle it around, tell many other things in my life just to get that one step forward. I know what the result was like. The result was that I got my foot into the door. The result was that I was able to partner with a large organization and get hired and get paid after. But that started with the volunteer opportunity. So I want you to think about that before you do it, but this is a great way to actually grow your business. You can offer your services whether to your friends or family for free, or if you don't want to be in, your tiny network area, you can offer it outside to strangers for free or a discounted rate. And then what you do is once you have an event plan, ensure that you get to use all the content from it. So you're behind the scenes of planning their event, the day of all those planning, as well as the after results. Get those photographs, get all those images together because that's your marketing material. Now, will it be worth it? That's the decision you have to make on your own. Number 2 is volunteer. Now, I'm listing this one differently because offering your service for free can look very different. You could just post somewhere online and say, in a Facebook group, I'm offering my wedding planning service for free for a bride in Toronto, right? And that's done. The volunteering is a little different because I want to touch on the opportunities that you might have if you're not an event planner, if you're not a wedding planner. So one example that I gave earlier was myself. Like, I did volunteer when I wanted to get into corporate planning. So volunteering, you can use a number of ways. If you're trying to get into corporations, this is a great way to do it. Find companies who are already hosting events or already have volunteer associations and see if you can become a part of that to get the experience. Because I'm telling you, it looks very different on your portfolio. If you volunteered for a large, let's say a hospital planning a golf tournament, and you can say, I helped to plan a golf tournament for one of the largest hospital in X city. That looks very different than you sitting back and saying, oh, I wish I could book this client, or I wish I could book that client, but I don't have anything to show. I don't have any experience. Think about how you can do that. Now, here's my caveat for this. Volunteering is great, but ensure that you're volunteering in the right capacity to move yourself forward, right? Ensure that your volunteering is the right capacity to move yourself forward. And the reason I say this is that I've done volunteer positions before. Here's the difference. If you're volunteered to be a part of the events team, like on the day of, let's say you have some a run on the day in your city. You're on the ground, you're handing out flyers, maybe you're handing out bottled water, whatever that is. That's great. You can still put it on your resume. But if you're able to actually become a volunteer as a part of their planning committee, to be a part of the organization, you can add something very different to your resume, and you get to be behind the scenes. You get to meet and make connections with people who are in decision-making positions, and you might even see other opportunities that can lead to paid options. So look into that one and let me know how it goes. Number 3 is to look for an apprenticeship. Now, I know, depending on your age, you might be like, Joni, what are you, crazy? But here's the thing. There are so many opportunities to be an apprentice depending on the area, especially if you're moving into a new industry. Let's say you're new to the event planning field, you're new to wedding planning, and you just want to get some experience. You can offer so many existing business owners an opportunity to be their apprentice. Now, a lot of them will take you up on it, especially if they don't have to pay you, they don't have to give you a full-time salary, and they get the labor. Now, I want to say this because I always get people saying, I've tried so many planners and nobody wants to mentor me. Here's the thing, no one is obligated to mentor you, right? It is something they're doing for you. They're not obligated to do that. And you don't know what commitments they might have on the go already. So don't make assumptions. Don't go in and make assumptions that they're being mean or they're trying to hold ideas back from you, right? Now, there are some people who might genuinely just don't want you seeing behind the run-ins of their business. That's okay. Find somebody else, right? There's no guarantee that that person has to say yes, but there's several other business owners out there. Just keep trying. The key thing here is to just not lose motivation. If this is something really important to you that you really want to get to and you really want to succeed in it, just be consistent, be persistent, and go after it. At the end of the day, you're trying to be a business owner or you're trying to be a wedding planner. Definitely look at how you can ensure your success, because at the end of the day, you're responsible for it, not other people, but do your best to get that experience. Number 4 is to host your own events. If you have the resources, put on your own events. This can be used for your portfolio as well. Maybe it's just small workshops in your city, or maybe it's just networking events. Whatever it is, find something that would also be beneficial to you. Maybe you want to run a girls' night themed kind of event. Put it on, take pictures, get your options. You get an opportunity to plan. You get an opportunity to get marketing materials, as well as you get people to attend, and you might make additional connections. Do these things to build your portfolio, and I guarantee you'll start seeing opportunities in places you didn't even realize, right? But these are just 4 options that you can start with right now to get that portfolio built. And if you have questions, please drop them down below. I'm happy to come back and answer them for you, because at the end of the day, I do want to see your business growing and thriving. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.